Ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America. Everywhere you want. 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this. Or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy. Anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but this ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America. Everywhere you want. 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this. Or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy. Anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but this ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America. Everywhere you want. 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this. Or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy. Anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
What do you watch? You
watch, Papa.
Now, what say good way?
Comparable.
And then the next year.
Where are we?
Yes, soon. Say, nay, it has so pass off for Jawo. Please let me share a draw family like no. May check with them, may call our may come by one. Mr. Bingham, my sister. My answer to me, I'm meeting me, Mama, and Sano come and see so. Ning edge, you. See my word, ramage. Hey, loving yes, in me. My one is. Me, also between my bones are. Any family bless. Family bless. I feel it's not kind of more home come.
Family bless or Babia downfall. Family bless number
1.
Watch it. What do you want to
You watch papa.
now? What say good way?
Come five.
And then the next year.
Where are you away, ma?
Yes, say nay. It has so pass up for Koja award. Please let me share a draw family like no. Me check when me kwa award me come five one. Missing me my sister. My answer to me me mom and son no come see so. Ning na eja you. Say my word ramage. Hey! Loving yes in me. Ma wona chi.
Ever betray yourself. How to communicate as a wife?
Amen. Also be say ma be say. Any family like shit. Family bless. After say na me more hon komo.
How to communicate as a wife?
Femi Bless or Babia.
They are part of the question line. Because you see, as you're asking, if it's limited to who? Because in the first place, let's say a cherished good evening to all discerning viewers, listeners, and Broadway incorporators.
Okay.
Abna,
Papa.
the question is how to communicate
As a wife.
as a wife. So we first have to establish what's the difference between communication from a girl, a woman, and a wife. There are three different people.
A girl, a woman, and a wife.
Yes, they have different forms of
But they
communication.
cannot be in one person.
In what way?
So I'm a girl, I'm a woman, and I'm a wife.
Thank you very much. So they are all in one person. But our focus is that communication is the key word. UTN and Komona Mudi Sesiana checking say is masturbating part of cheating. McGarry say on the whom say cheating. And you're cheating. A mental deficiency, actually. So cheating. I mean,
It's a mental deficiency.
yeah.
If you masturbate,
Anybody who
mental
masturbates
issues.
has a mental problem.
Oh.
And that is why I made it very simple for so many years. That if you can tickle yourself and laugh, I give you green light to masturbate. But once you can do it, there's an inhibition to sensible sexual communication. So I hear people saying that touch yourself. It's not true.
With your child, you do a child.
Because if you touch yourself and you know where you can arrive, remember that what your hand can do for yourself, my hand cannot do for you. So it's never true. Say if you touch your nipples and feel excited, when I come and touch you, feel the same thing. No.
So then, what's the solution?
So the solution is that once you are masturbating, you have a mental problem, and the best place you need to go to is to go and seek for help. And it shouldn't be a burden to your spouse. Men kreti yade bi ma hun kasebe wade anabu amna yensa. So just say men kreti sadie no.
Artificial problem.
And men kreti and to be of your pornography. Men ka say wade a ye nyina hwe mbo me say no why used to. No. Obi a why addicted to something enye ne. I don't be she we are amfa na she mbo.
Yeah.
Obi no mo sani ni no mbo. Obi bru ni pa we ni bru mbo. Any form of deviant behavior or any sort of negative attitude that anybody has been addicted to, you don't end up coming to fuel it. They need to change before they marry.
And you think I'd putting masturbation in that bracket? No?
It's not cheating. Masturbation is a mental deficiency.
Yes, sir.
And to what dream we are here? Sanhu yale. Asana ko fo biba be ma be wale. Ano biba ba be wale no. Say wonnam we na me pese me body say Christo nti. Ukita machine. And a debia na jubia udi esi kuso kuma so ji. Na me pese me body nti. I prefer my machines to no forget it. You have a mental problem. And solve it before thinking somebody must come into your life as a wife or a husband. Do you understand?
Yes.
So our communication, and I should say how to communicate as a wife. So the first question is, who is a wife? Now, nobody on earth can play a wifey role or duty until you are married. Won't you mean yet the awali 4 year daddy's wawali?
You cohabitate.
You can, if you cohabitate, you are not a wife. Go and check the definition of cohabitation. Cohabitation is defined as any woman who lives with a man and practice sexual relationship without being married. So the qualification is that you are practicing sexual intercourse, you are doing whatever you are doing, but the thing is that you are not married. So it calls you cohabit.
But what if
You cannot do what a wife does.
What is the difference between what a wife does and a girl?
A wife is a woman who has been married and is doing anything that you can think of.
But maybe a wife. Okay, so the difference is say you are wrong.
So you don't call yourself a wife because you can't play the role of a wife. So that is why nobody can be a wife before getting married. And that is why you cannot find the best husband until you are married. And you can't find the best wife until you are married.
You can't find the best husband.
No, how do you find the best husband until you are married?
How are you know the best husband?
So most of you are married and he's not the best husband, but because you've not found a husband, this is why you say that he's not the best husband. Because until you get married, you would know he's a husband or not. So none of us, the counselors, can help you find. So finding the best partner is not counseling. Because we can't help you find. That's why I tell people that what makes marriage work, I don't know. But what makes marriage break, I know.
What makes it work, you don't know.
No, I don't know. All the things I've been teaching for many years, they are not what makes marriage work.
They are what makes them break.
What will break marriage is what I'm teaching you. I don't know what makes it work, but I know what can break it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is the counselor also who is a wife?
Thank you. That's the first thing to think about. Because Fema warrior, Dorian warrior, una wako warrior, until we are whatever eti. Munyina mo kakasa bako. Muyi and someone, how are you? I'm fine. Yeah, na become a boy.
Yeah.
Good. Within the same Abna Abebo. What's your full name?
Mrs. Lodina Isa.
What's the washer? What's your full name?
Lodina Isa.
What's your come, Mrs. Lodina Isa? I said there's a change of status.
Yeah.
As you see, Umaye who say why into a Mrs. Lodina Isa. And was say, what's the name?
Yes.
From my friend say, my name is no abodi di. Aha, no abodi di straight.
One government.
Aha, what I say? Good. So I'm saying that the first place we are how to communicate as a wife. And immediately we say you are communicating as a wife, what should come into your mind is that being a wife means as a husband. If you have a child with a man, it doesn't make you a wife. When it ma wa enya eno nkyere se wo ye yere. We are baby mama. Bema be the what na ahya wo bo so be warewa. Emma wo nya yere. Utu bata efi ukrom ebetena bema bi so onu amanidi one woda usi ni nyama woni ne ya nyamesom koba enim atoto nyama egu ho se daachi osi obe walewa wonye eyire eti ansa na obeti nkoma ye di ase ne nkoma ekwan ye se eyire no mu fa kasa tie ha
Wonye yere ya.
San nkoma ya ye boyi wo be kasa asem na ye be kana na so wo ese wo kana we yire kwan so.
Okay, some of them are coming.
Yeah.
So maybe I can. Or some coming in a different manner.
As the same thing after Rebecca. Yema, for example, and Pema Grassen, for example.
Yeah.
Frema and what me walen. Yeah, trim pra. Number 7 near Pema Gro. I feel we need to get on bed at 6:30 tonight. Woo! That's okay with me. I'll see you. Echo. Yeah, funny, sir. When she becomes a wife, such a statement will not go the same way for her.
Really?
Yeah. That is why when you are not married, when there's any form of misunderstanding between you and your guy, just a kiss and sex solves it.
Yeah, when you're not married.
But when you are married,
I don't watch
you need a third party to solve your problem because there's legitimacy.
Oh.
So in the first place, a wife is not the same as any woman. Who is a wife? A wife is a woman that her bride price has been paid. So when your bride price is not paid, you are not a wife. And in the category of bride price payment, you can be paid, your bride price can be paid as under the Mohammedan law, under customary marriage, or under civil marriage. Simple. So out of these 3, one of them will qualify you. There's nothing like a promised wife. So don't, when we open the lines, don't cancel anything. Obiswa, Bemani, iron, I mean, so call your one day, and so I didn't tell wow. Obiswa, animal, say who we are. No, they are far dory, no, so no, they are called one day, also a fraud.
Now, I send you, if you are walking away, will you marry me? I saw Karan Brian,
will you
marry me? You know, yes, never.
I have been okay. Say, will you marry me now? I said,
Yes, I will marry
Sakwan,
you.
so Mraben, our dear, no, never,
Some Rogers, we know engagement.
there's nothing called engagement in a issue.
Oh, you are engaged. Like, I mean, a show.
Nakawani sharing.
A show more. It's a more area, no much a flat one.
There, and you
Oh,
and you
I'm watching that's what they do.
oh, and you crema. And you cram with you, Munja intro.
Debbie, I'm a Maria Carey cry. Obi man, will you marry me, Ray? Nini, now she kept all of it.
Ena.
Yeah, and she was engaged to them.
And the Mranimu Kawahini or Kawaminu.
Save your mom running a different.
The law is one. Ubi and check Kawaminu area. There's no law in the world. There's no law in this country that says that you gave me a ring promising engaged to be married. No, it's one ring. Marriage, the signature that seals marriage is one ring. There's no two rings. Sagana for the oh, said yeah. Say anyway, we mbogu. Sika say it. It was anyway. Sika say it. Ultimately, got turn back on the poultry farm. Na ana pig farm. Na when near also. Eti adiane say ye nya empne. Ewo mremu say we ya wade. Ana ye nyanjin tu mu say we ya busua amamra ya giatuma aban eti ase dia. Wonwale ye. Enti wo tie me na efia wade ho ade ye no be enye knocking. Sister, enye knocking yo sister.
Knocking is on our name.
I'm not knocking our ear.
Say I go to Utinsa.
Enya our ear. Enti sister tie nkoma ye di no. Ye se wa wale. Enti enya ho ade na brante na to bibia aka date ye wale o. Isa se pie. Ye mu bebre no ye nya yiri no mo. Eti na bufu ahye akoma mu ma no. Eti who is a wife is a woman whose bride price have been paid either through a customary marriage, Mohammedan marriage, or a civil marriage. And it is agreed and accepted by both families. So when your bride price is paid, it's either between two families or between your family and the law. Now, when a man pays your bride price, he extends that courtesies for you to have in-laws. So that is where you have a mother-in-law, you have a sister-in-law, you have a brother-in-law, you can even have a Akonta, my brother. They are also there. Yeah, Akonta, my brother is where a woman brings a son and tells you is not is their family member. Later you discover that said we didn't about no time I own you. I say, and after one friend Akonta, later I said your stepchild.
How do you communicate as a wife?
So once you have the establishment straight and realize that I am no more Abna. But I've been married and I am a wife. You are a wife not to your mother-in-law, not to your brother-in-law. You are a wife to who?
Your husband.
Your husband. So our communication as a wife means how to communicate to your husband as a wife. One, how do you communicate to your husband? The first thing is to understand who a wife is. Who is a wife? Immediately you understand who a wife is, an automatic surgery is done in your mental faculty.
But you just said a wife is so be I am one day. Tell me you say I am one day. Tell me your wife.
Immediately I am one day. One I be one day. Did you mean emphasize in say? And baby or what? Be man in your one day. That's why your wife.
Yeah, they are not home.
And you know I did so. So one of them to I didn't man be one day. They be one day.
Oh, you don't know. And you be one my own.
Immediately I hear that transaction. Akuma ye de pene so esuase ne de be ma kasa se ekunu no na tiefu ani so
cause one na walk am
kawa one atoye
ntidi na abekire
entina se unhu no fa di ntumi so die ni bi ade wa abrochire na ade abrochire ntumi apɛ na apɛnti eto bibi efi abrochire de ba nkura sisem be no. So I say first and foremost for you to know how to communicate so your marriage can work as a wife is to understand that I am a wife. Did you go through the procedure of being a wife? Did he go through the procedure of making you a wife? If you go through the procedure of becoming now you are a wife. Now, so duties of a wife must come to your level right now. What is the first duty of a wife? The first duty of a wife is to make sure that your husband is respected among other men.
Make sure your husband
Is respected among other men.
Nice, only the baker papa chembe me bia wo wiase.
Ewiase mu nyina oni pese obu no so bia whatever it takes on earth, the person you are supposed to obey and respect on earth than any other person is your husband. You need to give him the total maximum respect that he deserves.
What if he keeps messing up?
Give me some examples of messing up.
Ebia wakache ni se umpe we debia wo.
Mami example.
Maybe obi o mantem, debia we fi 2 o'clock. Waka debia we fi anadu 2.
And you be 2 o'clock na come na tembe dem out.
Ah, counselor. Is it okay so open me around 2 o'clock?
No be dem out.
Oh, say, I mean, we are married. I have to be seeing you often. I mean,
So once he doesn't come, the time you say he should come.
now it's about 2 o'clock now, man. I didn't want you to know what you. Is it Saturday?
The way you kunu ba 2 o'clock na wada. I also 2 o'clock. Nanka upese ohu kunu ade no wan twa na ada.
2 a.m. no.
Ade no wan twa na ada.
I didn't have before.
Also on plan fi me 10 be day.
I didn't married my own about it till 2 a.m.
Oh, so married men don't work in town.
Till 2 a.m. No,
They don't.
Why should we?
No, they don't.
So we need maybe a business meeting.
Oh, now you are qualifying it.
Yeah, like I mean, it has to have a tangible. Maybe I'll call online.
Oh, so your husband needs to have a tangible reason
Why not?
to stay in town.
Late.
What do you call late?
2 a.m., 12 a.m., 11 a.m.
And who is calling that time late? Is it your husband or you?
No, I mean, we all know it's a clock. No?
You and who?
You were noon, you were midnight, you were.
So your husband doesn't know it's late. You have to tell him.
So you should leave him to do it. You should talk to him.
So I'm saying that you gave me an example that he's doing what he said you don't like. Come home early, and then he will still come at 2 a.m.
And maybe on Shankran.
So if your husband doesn't take care of the children, it stops being a husband.
Xavier, you can't be nice to him all the time.
Because he's not taking care of the children. Has he stopped being a husband?
I mean, if you're a good husband, you will be doing all that.
Oh, so are you aware there are people who are husbands but not fathers? There are people who are fathers but not husbands?
Oh, well. Until it is now, Bema and share in Krana.
As a father.
Yes.
So if a man is not being responsible as a father,
yes,
because there's a child rights policy, deal with him with a child right policy and let him still be a.
Now, Ghana for me, my the record of son, I want you go over some better.
And I saw what bad on tonight, our dear Nasia, our dear go no Pesegu, our dear go and just and Colanon. So if you don't know how to distinguish between a husband and a father, you might be punishing your marriage, destroying your marriage, communicating negatively in your marriage because you want a father for your child. So when you tell me that things are on pay, bread fear 7, one by fear 7 near about 8:30, I say, me says who? Or no them chroma ya born at 10, 20, 11 o'clock, or they know ya on ya the baby and condo chifiana.
What if one you only now 40 about he like
and I'm falling yashiana. No, we didn't have to baby and yashi, Sunday. Now, I want to outshore the Omekama or.
Okay.
So you see, if you've not come to the point to understand who you are as a wife, you think, say, he has to sit with me every morning and let's talk. It's what Tnameni. I said, if you are or baby, I'm a war, and I mean, Yano, may pen the Nedin Coma, being Yan and Indian Como, So once these things don't happen, I get very upset and angry as a wife, and I begin to talk to him just anyhow. So when you discover yourself as a wife and look for the role as a wife, the first one is that full respect must be given to the man you call my husband.
Full.
Yes, unquestionable respect.
No matter what he does.
Unquestionable respect.
Even if he's a cheat.
Who is a cheat?
Your husband is cheating, you know.
Now, how do you know your husband is cheating?
Hey, now if you're off and go, so
why are they?
off and phone is on.
Why far? Oh, so is it easy for you to diagnose when someone is talking to someone that they are cheating? Oh, so when people do, I'll call you later, it means oh cheating.
So he's whispering. Maybe I'm not willing to teach you.
So when he's whispering means he's cheating.
And say you decided to go through it, and I will say, oh, say again, eat our friend this time.
Okay. Okay. So once you find out that your husband is cheating, I mean, when a wife finds out that her husband is cheating, what is he supposed to do?
Leave him.
So if you are not leaving, what's wasting your time to disrespect him? If you have anywhere to go, why do you make noise? Is your father's house no more there? Don't you have a family house to go? So you see the things that are causing us to disrespect. Being a wife, I say nobody knows what it means to be a wife, what it means to be a husband until you're married. But I'm saying that the key word to communicate as a wife is discover who a wife is. And I like the way you're telling me some of the things that you think is irritating you. That is why I say the first thing is learn how to give him full, unquestionable respect.
And full respect.
Yes. It's not respect as a result of what he does. It's not respect as a result of what he gives. It's not respect as a result of the way he looks. It's respect because he has paid your bride price as a wife. That's where communication begins. So how to talk to a husband is when you know who a husband is. He is a husband because he has paid my bride price and has made me a wife. So I give him that respect. And giving him that respect, what makes him a husband is you being a wife and running duties in the home from the house that he has created. Men don't create homes. Men create houses. And wives create homes. So once you are there and you begin to set the rules, I want to see you here by 9 o'clock. If you don't get home at 9, forget about me being your wife in the place. Especially when we're not married, that every time you close from work, I pass by to pick you. You know, it's easy to pick people when you're not married.
Why?
And it's very difficult to pick them when you are married.
Why?
Because what people who are not married do, married people cannot do.
And what is that?
A lot. People who are not married have enough time than those who are not married. Those who are married, they don't have enough time. Those who are not married have more time.
At the moment, 24 hours, now we might 22 hours.
24 hours, but on no frame on worry 24 hours.
And nothing no come ready, and then when you come. Oh, sorry, nothing over planning them.
But that's all.
Oh,
that's it. Only that can be a say or share bed. And Tina say, one wally and only baby be trim na or per asha will swap debbie. It is the kind of for boo a sefatan, Emman. They told me, a sewa kuma swat dear ayon.
It should be your heart's desire.
The desires of your heart should be for your husband.
But can you elaborate?
Because, and for the rest of your life, your desire shall be for your husband. He shall rule over you. So that is the design of what marriage is. And this is why I like the new laws that have been passed. That you don't need to give physical financial contribution to the alimony or any property that your spouse, your husband specifically, is doing. The fact that you are a wife by legal means, anything he has, he says your verbal may cost yo come mira, you see a contribution.
Ghana room.
Yes.
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 In Ghana. Ghana, I tell you what they have the mobile.
Oh,
Really?
The beer tiwa.
And then, no, a lot of women don't know that. And I'm baby boy, open up a mom with people.
Then one moment then buy. If you
Maybe
didn't
also penny biom.
also pay obi na a quarter why they umbre. O ba
I'm begging half a
e
chimpe.
chimpe.
In Ghana.
E chimpe.
But I think we've had this discussion with
No, say that. Was it show your proof of contribution?
Wow.
Or can't you say show proof of contribution?
But he didn't say anything about you being able to collect half.
Ah, na 50-50 na say anything.
I want chroma.
Na Chroma say na American.
Wow. And it doesn't matter how long you've been together.
Ah, ya wali ho. Any property you create during the time of marriage is part of the alimony. Unless one fan can wade no. Ebi a one dan bi si baby that aso na wade we year film say we minya mi si dan in 1994 and I'm wade wo 2022. Then there ade bi a yenya wa wade no.
Now what is that and you see we no na emi no kwati. We see we no na emi no kwati.
Ne dia.
Bema ne dia.
Ade bi a be ma na gise ne dia de me ne na ye chempe o. Unless on one kasa wo mrem we year film say enya ne dia. What I say? Eti the Tosubenu say your desire should be for your husband and let him rule over you. It means that your living is now according to him.
Hey.
Oh yes.
Hey.
Are they?
You look at say if I won't worry and now share maybe he was okay. Oh, I really know say after the mention you man.
Was that I didn't share the children do koi?
And yes, at first now after the song person of the ship. And if now we are doing myself, even quick money be over bijay.
Okay, team. I didn't back when so sure and say under the Domestic Violence Act and oko kind the human rights of every individual, the right to live. What kind of carefully pass section 2 now. I dare be a ma won so who talk. Ewo mremu. Our dear engine himself. The law of existence. What makes you exist? It's Abna, you are a radio presenter. There's no law that tells your husband that because of marriage, he should stop you from being a radio presenter.
But everything you are giving us is not a law. You feel like it is what a wife should do, right?
And I'm saying that within that, all the things I'm saying is what a wife should do. What made you a wife?
Say it okay, the law. Yeah, the law recognizes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the marriage we are in, we are practicing what the law says because we can only nullify this marriage by the law. So we cannot do anything outside the law. That is why the spousal rape. That is why the request for anal sex can be on carnal or natural knowledge by law. So the law gives you a certain space to be able to operate as a wife. So being a wife, desire should be for your husband. The next thing is that you should look up to him for your security, your safety, your sanity, your upkeep is part of you being a wife.
Hey, for your safety, sanity,
security. Yes.
Security.
Abraham wale na one change your car battery. Oh wale this is change your car battery. Because it's part of your safety. It's part of your safety. But because these things are what you should enjoy as a wife, your respect must go, and the respect must accord the way you talk to him. Saying please to somebody doesn't mean you respect. But acting please brings more respect. Say na ne kasa. Ye kunu kan esi ye candidate here na.
And so obey before complaining.
Obey before complaining. But they make say we a slave. Na ukofie bi na slave bi. Untumi differentiate between the slave and other people in the house. It tells you the slave has understood the slave mentality.
When there is no difference, no slave no understand.
Say na say who say or a slave. It's not say what tin ho asese me akwa.
And so marry akwa no
me and so baby a you call awade baby a wura awade mbi abedade akwa ma beba.
Oh, yeah.
What does it?
And there you are right.
And he said, what the name akwa man na be so ye me de me. Hona abebre. Enti suase na ye kasa ahobrɛaseɛ mu. Every man is a king. Every woman is not a queen.
Every man is a king, but not every woman is a queen.
Abna, who is a queen?
Who is a king?
A king is the leader of a community.
And a queen is the king's wife.
No.
Is the mother of the community.
So you see the difference? We believe that if your husband is a king, then you are what?
A queen.
No, it's not true.
You are his slave.
The wife of the king is not a queen.
Yeah. You're a queen mother and you want an island.
That's all. So you have to learn how to operate with your husband, who is a king. Not because you want to be a queen.
But tell second and Sabbath. I say if you want your wife to be an angel, you have to create a heaven for her.
It's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Hey.
So we think that respect is reciprocal.
Yeah.
No. Respect is reciprocal when it comes to us. When it comes to us, that we have nothing between us like husband and wife. The respect is reciprocal. But when it comes to marriage, where there's a husband and a wife, respect is not reciprocal because in husband and wife, one must love, one must respect.
But love comes with respect, doesn't it?
No. No.
Love doesn't come with
No,
respect.
how does it come with respect?
How can you love me and disrespect me?
No, what do you call love me and disrespect me?
There
are people you work with that you respect them. Do you love them?
No.
So where does love come with respect?
But you can't say you love somebody and keep disrespecting them.
No, you are loving them because it's a working environment. We're just respecting because it's working environment. So there are two different things when it comes to marriage. It's the duty of the man to respect, to love you. And it's the duty of the wife. So immediately you get that mentality of submission, that mentality that my safety is here, then it begins to guard the way you talk to him, the way you address him. Mind you that you are addressing a husband is different from addressing a boss. There's a way to address a husband, and there's a way to address a boss. In all communication, remember that I am talking as a wife. And don't put your desires ahead of your respect. Don't put your desires ahead of your respect. I want to respect you because of XYZ. For example, if you need to get money from your husband, how do you say it? If you want to ask for money, Abna, how do you ask for money from your husband? Just that before I wrap up today.
How do you ask for money?
Money.
Please, I need money to do this.
My hair. I need money to buy fuel.
Yeah.
So just go, please, I need money to buy fuel. I don't have.
Is it not your responsibility to provide?
Come again.
Is it not your responsibility to provide?
And I say I don't have.
And it's not your responsibility.
The fact that I don't have doesn't stop my responsibility. See our problem. So it's my responsibility. So I don't have the right not to have.
But you dear, whatever you want, I must do.
It's my responsibility. But I don't have. And then you game.
That's why.
So learn how to ask for. And make sure say, oh, bisa. Would you go back a bisa na bisa home? And just say a year right say be sentino. Who be keke because me a year. One mammy so no. Make sure kwa best what bisa sa akosita mansabeka. So learn to communicate on 0277
64
609
644
0277 609 644. Could you have friend into a son a bit bisa ukuru? Now,
Patrol, you can't lie. Yeah, that's Ara. Thank you for staying with us, Patrol. You're crack of 6 p.m. news. I was your host, Abnamu.
Ghana, any Amanone. Ebro ha aduonum. Yabo nsɛm nyinaa pɔ ɛde ato peacefmonline.com. peacefmonline.com and our Facebook so. Yeah, peace.
All right. So we've done some few ones here, and I think that most of my people have come. The people have their own contributions, their questions, their answers. We are done with radio. We are back again here for some few minutes and we go. So, how do you talk to your husband? The first thing is that talk with respect. How to talk to a wife. How to talk as a wife to a husband. And that's our communication. Now, if you don't respect a man as a husband, it's difficult for you to talk to him well. That's our problem. Like Abner said, the fact that you ask for something and it has not been provided doesn't give you any right to disrespect the man because he didn't provide. Every man must provide for a wife. Yes, that's basic. But why is it difficult now for us to provide? Maybe I don't have. So how do you ask me if I don't have and I don't know to give? Kwambe, so let's all share it. How? Let's go together. Give me examples of ways to ask for things that must come. Let's go. Okay, the topic today is very impressive and interested. All right, let's go. So I'm waiting for you. Your comments are very important to me. And my people on TikTok, yeah, counselor, how okay, so this is the counselor. How do you deal with a lying fiancé? That's somebody's question. How do you deal with? So there are two things, there are two words that have come to meet. Dealing with and managing. They are two different things. Dealing with and managing. They are not the same. So there are issues and there are relationships that we don't deal with, but all we do is we have to manage. Yeah. Because if you don't manage, you will end up fighting. So a virtuous wife is not difficult to come by, but it's difficult to keep, because a virtuous wife has certain peculiar characters that every husband must see. Most of us have wives who are not virtuous wives. Oh yes, they are not virtuous wives. Because being a virtuous wife has a higher request on your head. You can't deal with a lying partner, but can manage. And in management, you can get rid of them faster than dealing with them. So I want to know how to ask for something from my husband with respect. Good. So if, for example, you want to ask for fuel or gas in your car, how do I talk to him? Because he knows I drive. And by virtue of the condition and the situation, definitely I'll need fuel. Don't go to him asking for fuel because you think it is right to give you fuel. No. Go and ask him because you need it. So for example, I'm your husband. You walk to me. or you are leaving the house. You're driving, I'm driving, you're leaving the house. Hi, good morning, whatever name you call him. He say, morning, how is everything? I'm fine. So I'm leaving. Oh, please, can I have some few coins for some few gallons of fuel? My tank is down. Is one way of asking. Or you can, anyhow you call him. Hi, Georgie. Hey, this morning my tank is red. Can I have a support of putting some few gallons in it? You see how I put it? It doesn't sound like a demand. It sounds like a request. There's a difference between a demand and a request. Requests are not made to husbands. Requests are made to husbands. Demands are made to people who have come so far to believe that you need to do it, whether you like it or not. So I'm asking for fuel, or I need some money to top up. I mean, most girls are in school and they expect that once you are your wife and they are in school, you should pay for their fees. I don't know where that is written.
Now I mean, hey, now we pay all to uttermost respect. How do you? Hey, say
no, for if you are going to school as a wife, I should pay your fees.
Nanka, I might know your responsibility.
Do I look like your father?
Ah, now, hey, right, remember, we are people.
No, but you are going to school. I can choose to support you.
Choose, K. You are not my boyfriend, you are my husband.
So, and I don't want a student.
You don't want a student?
Yes.
What do you want? It's not like why.
You want to go to school, is that not it?
Yes. What has it got to do with?
And I'm not stopping you from going to school.
What has it got to do with my serving you? I mean, if I'm able to come home every evening, come and cook for you.
Now, in the first place, are you aware that education should not affect our marriage?
It is not affect. Hey, headset, no.
Do you understand?
Hey, counselor. Who's your counselor? Who goes to a by force of school fees? But who the by force on Shannon?
Debbie, I said, Debbie.
I was saying,
who goes to school? Is it my responsibility to pay your fees by force?
But media, whatever you want is my responsibility to do for you by force.
No, you are a wife. Oh.
Hey.
I've not asked anything. I've not asked anything out of. No, I've not asked anything out of the wife role.
Hey, you're more there, not just it.
No, I've not asked you to do anything for me out of wifeship.
Out of wifeship?
Yes.
And me wanting you to better my life is
better your life in what way?
That I want to continue.
The best betterment of life is marrying you and making you Mrs. Lutrot.
Hey, Raddy. Oh, Debbie.
So if you want to go to school, finish school before coming to becoming Mrs. Lutrot.
Hey.
You see the difference?
It's just that only once I'm can get the
Debbie, or no?
No,
sir, I am Tiasia. Abna, who goes school? I have to pay your fees. No, I choose to pay it all. And you say, "Go school, you're near my year, and send a school won't start you." My family your budget. Say, meeting I will go school. And I'm starting school. I won't share. Me starting school. I'm mama share. How am I paying my children's fees and pay my wife's fees? What sort of wickedness is that?
What if we don't have kids?
My children's school fees are already paid before they were born.
Before I was born?
Before
they were born?
Yes.
How? I'm not proud of someone. I mean, evangelism. Evangelism in the oh, I know better. I'm not going to Hey, hello.
Sounds sweet. So you see, there are too many things that were okay. So let me see. There's a what if after oh, my phone is cracked. Okay, so what after asking him with respect, but he refused to give you, how will you deal with the issue? Now, when you ask, okay, finish schooling before yeah. Serving is part of the marriage, mommy. Okay. So they're answering Abna, trying to get okay. All right. Uh, so I was showing how to ask and how to continue asking. So I was saying that it's very important for you to know the difference between request and then request and then demand. It's not the same because they are two different things. Because you see, unfortunately for us, for somebody to demand means he is as insisting to be giving. But for somebody to request is not insisting to be given, but it's as if you are making a plea. May I have this? It's not I want to have this. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to husband and wife, don't demand. Put a request. And a request can be approved or disapproved. Because anytime you hear the word demand, it is an authoritative action, an authoritative action that must be followed. So maybe say that I'm enjoying the program, very interesting. Thank you very much. I just saw maybe it's okay. Thank you very much on Facebook. So most of us have come to a point where it is very painful when your wife turns to you to request for a thing. Because you see, when it comes to request and demand, at times it's like submit or rebel. Like demand means obey ya na onye catch na me hu de meme. This is not a game. Maybe say the other mommy. I'm asking for something. If you give me, just tell me. If you won't give me to, let me know. Meaning what is uncommon as here? Ube mami ama can Charlie, if you give me, don't talk plenty. Yeah. Either you give me, or if you give me, it's not time for you to come and talk plenty. Do you understand my own? So in marriage communication, let's learn not to demand, but request. And when you are requesting, then there's some level of being polite in your request. Put it across with utmost respect. Don't ever. Hello, Queen. I see Queen there. Good evening, my dear. How are you? I'm listening. Well, the sunglasses is part of my, what do you call it? My brand. So I keep wearing it. Hardly do I show my face like that. So let me see. Dorothy Cheba for What's I'm Waiting for Queen on Facebook says, every day my husband is angry and don't respect as a woman, all because I don't have big ass and shape. Wow. So this is coming from Dorothy. Dorothy says the husband is always angry because he doesn't have big ass and shape. Are you sure, Dorothy? So if your husband knows that he's varying to, he wants to have a big buttocks, a big shape, then why did he come for you? Eunice Yewa says, No, if your husband is looking for a big ass, etukasie, or etukasie ni shaper, why did he come to marry you? Or why we are then? And I all worry now too soon. And I told you, so when you say I conflict myself, you might write what you think is the right one. You know I'm conflicting myself. I'm saying that there's a difference between demand and request. And you say I'm conflicting myself. Which one is that? Can you please correct me? Yeah, Queen. I see you there.
Counselor.
All right, let's go.
So, Counselor, I think you made it very clear on the demand and then the request. But
Okay.
I want to also find out this because I have a lot of guys who come after most of my students. They feel that they are the ones spending, as in paying their fees. But there is this thing, you coming from the religious point of view. When they curse them, would that really affect them? Because most of them, those I've encountered, who have these guys paying their fees when they live and with these cases and all that. Recently, I had one thing like that. Sponsored a girl through school. She finished a pre-degree, went out there, and the guy came and said, "Director, I'm a buana, also marry me and all that." When they raise some of these cases, I want to know: is it really right for us as guys to do that in the first place?
Okay. In the first place, you are not under any obligation by any way that when you're going out with somebody, pay their fees. But anytime you come into an agreement with somebody that may show up to school, that is an agreement. So in the ranks of traditional belief, cause and effect, and when you come to the religious circle, in the Christian fraternity, it says that for a cause, it says a curse without a cause will never land.
Okay.
Do you understand? So anytime somebody is cursing you and there's a cause for the curse, then it will have an effect.
Okay.
So what is the cause?
Do the help and not let you know. They won't let you know this is the reason behind their help.
So if you go and,
just give you this
so if you enter into that form of agreement with somebody that I want to help you so that when I finish helping you, you come back and marry me. Then when we say a curse without a cause, that one you can exempt yourself. But a curse with a cause will land.
I see.
I get my explanation. But why should you even go into that deal with a guy? Because ask myself, the account adage says, Fidechi aboa nisunku, ejano nswa nisunku. Because as you are growing, look, those of us who went to the university, there were girls on campus that when you were looking at them, Charlie, they were for you. When we went for national service and we were posted to different places, we saw other girls who came to do national service and they were highly spiritual sexually in terms of physique and look, that those were worshipping on campus by then. That's why most guys who had relationship on campus, when they when we all graduated and they went for national service, you don't find them as husband and wife anymore. So don't go and invest your money in the life of anybody you are taking. And one of the funny things I have come across is that most of these girls that they are vulnerable one way or the other, or they are in a hurry to have their degrees and they are in a hurry to graduate, so they want money. When you find out that the guy is paying their fees, majority of them, the guy is still having sexual intercourse with them. So I tell them, if the guy is having sex with you, whilst he's not married to you, you are giving sex and making him feel like what you are doing for me, I appreciate it sexually. And still there's a demand on your head that after you graduate, the only thing I expect from you is to say yes to my rings or to my proposal. Then why would you quantify the sexual intercourse you are giving them if it cannot pay your fees?
Exactly.
Because honestly, the number of rounds of sex they've had with you, if you quantify them, it can really pay the fees.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't believe that anybody who takes care of you to school should marry them. I don't believe it. I don't at all.
Are you saying that in from that perspective? Let me put it this way: why don't you believe that on a general perspective, maybe if that's how you are looking at it?
I didn't get a question, please.
I'm trying to say that are you looking at it from a very general or the broad perspective?
Nobody should to bow to anybody who has taken care of you to come and marry them.
Okay.
Don't agree.
Okay.
And no guy should spend your money on any lady you are not married to, thinking that I want to treat to take. Don't do it. The girls you love in JSS, are you sure you're still interested in them?
Oh, never, definitely. Growing up, a lot of things will change. Your beliefs will change. What you see, what you yearn for will definitely change.
So then why do you glue yourself?
So much.
I didn't say, a young lady recently, the guy, the guy just came into her life last minute to graduation, and the guy opened a shop for him and bought 2 dryers. Whilst the lady has 2 dryers. When the guy gets angry, he walks to the shop and collects the dryers and close the shop. You can when even there are people in the shop, the guy can walk to the shop and say, I mean, what is it? Delay to open a shop with your own struggle. For example, if you decide that you don't have the money to pay the fees, don't get any guy in your life to pay it for you. Rather, prostitute to pay. That one, nobody comes to demand for your certificate. It will not be a pleasant statement. I know you are not happy about that one.
But you made it very, because most of them sometimes want us to give the certificates to them as men.
What do you mean?
They feel that no, I brought the person. But
no, I don't understand. No, educate me. Like a lady comes to school, and because I paid her fees, or graduate, and I'm making certificate. No.
That director won't file a certificate, because working and all that.
Hey.
We can't give that to you.
Are you serious?
It's very common.
Are you serious?
Talking about I think you I wanted your view on.
Jimmy also. Say my best school will say, girl no graduate here. Move fast to myself. I'm here to go to school. No. Don't fool yourself. Because most of them, whilst they are paying your fees, you are giving them sex. Have you thought of that?
Exactly.
If you are practicing a shower outside there, you can do a lot. You can pay your fees. Look, if you are broke and a guy, you want somebody to pay your fees, defer your program. Go and do some hard work and come back. Don't allow anybody to put demand on your education because they are paying your fees. No. So me, my own is straightforward. Don't pay for fees. That's why I say that if my wife decides to go to school today, I am not under obligation to pay her fees. She can make a request and I decide to do. But I'm telling you, some of these modern, these are current Generation Z girls and the Millennium girls. They make a demand on you as if to say that if you don't buy it, then you are not loving. If you don't buy it, then I don't know why you came into my life. Some of you will blackmail you and threaten you. Well, don't be surprised. And I think you won't blame me if you hear another person has provided for me because I'm asking you and you're behaving like you don't have. But I know you have and you don't want to give me. How do you know I have? Do you understand? How do you know I have? There are people that can walk to shop and go and carry a phone and they use your name that you come and pay. No, cut your coat according to your size. That's what I believe. So don't allow anybody to ruin your future. So tell the girls.
They are all here. They are listening. They are listening to you.
So when they curse you, It will only have effect on you because you agreed to the terms and conditions that applied. But if you didn't agree to anything, none of them that they are cases, none of the cases will none of any of it. It's like they tell you that when you sleep with somebody's husband, you too in future people will sleep with your husband. It's not true. There are people's husband that people are sleeping with that they never slept with anybody's husband. Actually, they married as virgins. But go and see how people are using their husbands for their own thing. So let's learn. Don't put yourself in a situation where you cannot take yourself out. Do what is right. Do what is right. And I believe that you end up becoming the best person that you want to become. Don't rush in life. There's no rush in life. Oh. Whatever we are having, you can have it. Don't rush. The millennium children, you are too much in a rush. Your time will come. Don't rush and put yourself, because some people are very evil. Even though I'm saying the curse will not work, there are others that they won't curse you. They will harm you physically. You remember the UPSA girl, what the taxi driver did? You remember the UPSA girl? Whether the guy was arrested, the guy was jailed, we have lost life. You remember the police officer, the alleged police officer that shot this beautiful girl because of 5,000 Ghana cedis, because he's found a new lover. Some men are weak in emotions, so they will not go to a shrine, they won't go to a church to pray against you. They will go the physical way and they will terminate your life, and they don't care. So be careful. Why do you want to live in a two-bedroom house as a single girl? Why do you really need a single room self-contained? What do you need it for? The amount of money you are paying at the end of the month, 600 Ghana cedis a month, 1,200 Ghana cedis a month to live in a chamber and a hall. What are you using the chamber for? And what is in the hall? Which is the reason why you have been indebted to a young man somewhere. What do you want? Relax. Finish your school, and if you graduate well, one way or the other, somebody, you can use your pay slip to go and rent a place and pay later. Don't sell your soul in exchange for a certificate. Not everybody is normal. Some people are wicked beyond ordinary. So be careful, young girls. Be careful, young ones who are coming. Be careful, young boys. It's not only girls now. There are women who are paying for the fees of boys, graduate and come home. There's a guy who recently came up to come and cry out that ever since he graduated from one of the universities in this country, he has never worked. And he has not worked because the person who paid the fees has just kept him home. And all he's doing is that sex. So it's not just about a mouth. And now the gayism, lesbianism, and also another game altogether. Religion is doing the same thing. Some people are becoming Muslims just because they want to go and do medicine, just because they want to become nurses. Some people are becoming Christians just because they want some missionary sponsorship. Please relax. Life is beyond what you are rushing for now. Not everybody is genuine. Some people are very wicked. They will kill you. And there are shrines that will kill you not because you've done the wrong thing. People are wicked. Human beings are wicked. So not everybody will leave you. I help people because I want. There are people that I'm saying this, not in pride. There are people that I'm helping I've never seen before. I have never seen them before. I send them money. There are people I'm paying their fees. There are people who have just finished sewing that I bought sewing machine for them. I've never seen them before. More or less to go and ask them for sexual intercourse. But I tell them every day, what I'm doing for you, I believe that you can get it on the streets. So my brother, encourage your students. Hard work doesn't pay always, but it gives you some level of pride. Yes, a big man can pay your fees. Yes, some people are sleeping and they are paying their fees. That's okay. Most of our girls, they say we are entrepreneurs, we are entrepreneurs, we are entrepreneurs. So those ones are good languages. But if they tell you the reality behind their real life, what they've gone through, what gave them employment, you will see that Bibi will win. But my friend, go through the right way and become who you want to be. And you can boast of it later. So thank you very much. Adia Pena, I see you are there. I see Bismarck too. Any comment? Yeah. Good evening, my dear. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. So I'm listening to you. Any comment?
Please, I just said so. I wasn't really.
Okay.
I don't know what you were talking about before.
All right. So our discussion is how to talk to how to talk to your husband as a wife. And I was teaching them that there's a difference between demand and making a request. And that's what somebody was asking me a question whether if somebody takes care of you and then you don't agree to marry the person, when the person curses you, will it work? And I'm saying that a curse without a cause will not work. But there are people who are wicked who can kill you either physically or spiritually. So let's be careful. So that's where we were before you came. So how to talk as a wife. How to talk as a wife. Most of us, we don't know how to talk. Yedim Kasa. We think it's our right. Mm-hmm. There are times that you know that this person doesn't know how to talk. I've met a lot of girls who don't know how to talk. And I've met a lot of wives who don't know how to talk. Let me give you a practical example. My main example back. So, Ginger, we are seeing enemy. Upebi are.
Yeah.
Uba menim no atam when bisa no wahwe. And I'm saying, if you want, just make a request. Or say, making a request so that you tell me you give me or you give me. When I took it, you saw it. If you don't want to give me, why didn't you stop me from taking it? And I'm saying, oh no. Well, I'm sorry. If I've taken it without asking you and you think I should give it, how much is it? And I say it's 20 cedis. So is it 20 cedis, Ginger, you're making noise? Get money and buy some. They don't care. They don't care. They don't really care. They don't really care. I mean, somebody, you say you're going to register for a particular course. And so you spoke to the guy and the guy said, how much? And they said it was 1,800 Ghana. It's okay. I'll see what I'll do by the end of the month. When is the deadline? You say October. It's okay. Then the guy was there and you send him a message. The money for the registration. He says, oh, I've not gotten some yet. He says, tell me now if you can't do so that I look for monies elsewhere before the time is due. And the guy said, okay, go ahead and look for it. Then he got upset. If you know you tell me to go ahead, why from day one you didn't tell me I should go and look for the money somewhere? You see, when we are demanding, we think it's a request. Yeah. Is my right. No, they believe it's their right. If you are not married to anybody, you are not under any obligation to support them financially. It's a choice. If you like, give them. If you like, you don't give them. You too, if you think that you are giving sex and that's why they need to take care of you, quantify your sex before sex, take money from them and know that you are practicing prostitution. Asa? Jose. Rama, hold on. Rama, what's it? Yeah. What's it? Rama, you said what you hear what he said. He said what? Quantify your sex. Quantification is needed. Yes, so quantify the sex. No. Yes.
Yeah, you need to do that. You need to do that, right?
Yeah.
But when you are speaking to a man and you want something,
yes,
at least you should be able to be humble. You talk nicely. Some of us, we don't know how to speak.
No, some believe that is their right.
How?
No, they think it's their right, so they demand.
Your right? No.
Your credit is finished. You don't have credit on your phone, and you are calling me.
Yeah.
And you call, and the line cut off. So once your line cut off, I should believe that you don't have credit. Your line is gone off. I didn't call you back. Then the next thing you hear is that
you should return your call.
It might even be
network. Then they come back and say, so yesterday when you were talking to me and then my phone went back, you didn't even bother to call me back and check. I didn't have credit. That's why I didn't call you back. And one of the funny things is that they'll use a friend's phone to call you. Hello, call me back. My credit is finished. What sort of loose thing is that? That's disrespect. That's disrespect.
They'll even buy their credit. What?
And I think you have to buy credit before they call you.
Yeah, and sometimes too, the guys buy the credits for them, and they will not use their credits to call them.
No, why should I buy you credit before you call me?
You should be able to call your guy at any point in time. You don't be thinking about he should be doing the calls alone. You see, sometimes we have the treasure, but we make the treasure run away from us.
Okay.
You know, and it's ours, and we should hold it tight.
They wake up in the morning and they expect that you have to call them and check on them.
That is madness.
But when they no, you should check on me. So if you are with them and for 3 days, you've not called them, they won't call you. And when you call them and say, how are you doing? I'm fine.
So why are you being with that person? You shouldn't do that.
It's when they want something that they will call you.
Yeah, they will talk nicely.
Yes, because they want something.
Sweetheart, honey.
Yeah.
And then if you are wise, they will notice that what you are doing is very wrong.
Oh, yes.
If the man is really wise and he's down to earth with you, and he noticed that is what you have been doing, he just snob you.
My sister, there's no stupid man. There is no stupid man. Every man knows the azan you are doing, but they are looking at you quietly.
Yeah.
No, they are looking at you quietly.
Yeah. That is just it. Yeah.
No, they know what you are saying, but they are looking at you quietly because you see, I mean, a man will pay $600 for you for 2 years for your rent, and you don't respect him.
Yeah.
A man, when you are sick, he will give you money to go to the hospital. How much sex I thought you give us? Sex? It's the amount of money I'm spending on you.
Please, come on, for that one point of correction, please.
Oh, you give sex equivalent to the money?
No. You can't quantify that with that one. No. Sometimes you hurt us. You hurt us, and we need to boil water. So if a man loves you, he should do something for you.
No. But if a man is having sex with you and is hurting you, you won't say Aji should prame. You are waiting to go and boil water. Is that what I say?
Why should you say Aji? No.
Hey.
No.
Hey. you would die.
In fact,
Are they?
some even charge, and some even will tell you that because of the pain, you pay additional amount of money.
No. I don't concur with what you are saying, please. What you are saying, I don't concur with that. Please. If you are hurting your lady,
but you are
and why
receiving.
should you even say that? If you charge, that means you are a prostitute.
No, but you always charge.
Money at that instant.
No, you always charge.
No.
There's a way you go charge that you don't know you have charged. Who of you?
If you are charging,
David, who of you? My application in here, Jumao. My yes, sir, and wait me the application I am, mommy. Or about your percent. Who use Uber application as also Niska. So yesterday, a friend of mine sent me a picture. I didn't understand the picture. A picture of 50 Ghana cedis note plenty in a purse. And when he sent the picture, I say, later, I say, what is this picture? He said, can you imagine that Asimasi came to me and said she didn't even have a purse, but when she left to work in the kitchen, I want to check her purse to give her money. When I open her purse, see the amount of money I saw inside. So he took a picture and sent me the picture. Oh, always there's no money that has been for you, but when it's missing, we get the owner. So he went to ask the girl, you say you don't have money. So which money did I see this money? Where from this money? He said, but is this money? It's 3,000 Ghana cedis money. It's 3,000 Ghana cedis money. The guy said, me, I don't have 3,000. And the guy told her that, me, I don't have 3,000 Ghana, so I'm sitting down. When you came to me, I had 600, and I had to give you 400 out of because of the way you're complaining. Only to find in your purse that you have more than 3,000. Is it not wickedness?
In that.
So you see.
Do you understand that, okay? Do you understand that?
A miracle money. That I must say. So you see, because of all this attitude, it becomes very difficult when you marry them and they are demanding from you. They don't know how to request. They demand. They talk to you anyhow. And especially when they are beautiful, they believe that give me, or if you don't give me, somebody else will give me. But if I don't give you, and you think you have a market value, and somebody else will give you, go ahead, let them give you. I don't have a problem. No, I don't have a problem. No, it's okay. I don't have a problem. But learn to respect them, certain man over your life. Let's learn to respect.
No, there is no certain man at all. There is a specific man in your life.
Oh, they don't care.
No matter what, they do.
Oh, yeah.
Are you saying all or some? A counselor, no? No, please.
One bad nut spoils all nuts.
No. Don't say that. Don't say that.
More ladies are doing it. Like saying that.
So are you telling me that?
Now.
Oh, who is speaking? Why are you saying that? Why? I don't agree with you. No, I disagree. No. So where are the others? We are the others, okay?
We don't hear you, the others.
The new love, okay?
Oh,
the others,
look at you.
Yes. Where are the others?
Rabbi, you are how many?
Please don't say that.
Oh.
Huh?
You are how many?
Counselor?
Yes.
I have what?
You are how many?
I have what?
That your group, you are how many?
I don't get you, please.
No, you say you are here. I say you, your group, that appreciates how many of you are in that group.
Please, so we raise your hand, oh. Because we are.
You see, Adia Pena couldn't even support you because he knows that majority are like that.
Okay, no, we disagree to agree. So.
Well, I say learn. All I want you to know is that.
Why didn't she say oh?
No, I agree, but I want you to learn that.
I'm not saying that nobody
I'm a mental, I'm fine.
It's like money. Money matters. Money matters. How to demand it.
Money is important. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's too much, and for your own selfish interest.
You know why? Ladies, their wants are unlimited. Okay. Their wants are unlimited. They see this tomorrow, they want it. Impulse buyers. When you get closer to an impulse buyer, there is no way you're going to find it easier. Because you see this tomorrow, that today, you want to buy it. Okay. But when you go and meet somebody who wants quality, that buys quality in a year, will not demand like that.
But where are they?
It's not all.
But where are they? Can you give us their location?
Don't worry, we'll create a group for that. Okay, we're going to create a group for that.
Maybe create that group. Create that group because most.
Challenge me. I'll create that group and you'll see them.
Okay,
it's like I don't know. Always, I don't know. Men underrate us when it comes to money.
No, we are not underrating you. We know you know how to chop money.
And you know what happens?
It doesn't matter what a demand is. Round that is part of the call. It still costs money.
Yeah, it costs money, as you are saying. It costs money, as you are saying. But then you should be able to plan in everything. Okay. In everything, you need to plan. There are some things you go and buy as a lady, you have them. You are just going to get a substitute, and that is not needed.
So
You're
Rama,
having a pet student and you're going to buy close up. It's not the same thing.
Rama,
so why don't you manage with that one?
Rama, that's the question. The first thing is that you are living in a single room, and then you want to upgrade, but you don't have money to rent, and then you are given the opportunity to go and find a way to rent. Then you go and look for a 2-bedroom house. And you are expecting that we should come and pay for the 2-bedroom house. And you say, oh,
okay, I'm listening.
So the 2-bedroom, what are you going to use for? You say, my clothing are many. I want a place to be able to keep my clothing. Single room crowd here. Why would you get used to the single room?
You know something. When you want something from a man, and you want the man to give you, you want the man to give you. You should give something that is beyond reasonable doubt that you really need this thing. Okay?
No, now the current girls, they don't want explanation. When they ask you, and you ask explanation, there becomes a fight. And then Adia Bakwa Mibisa, and I'll be some assembly bresa. Adia Bakwa Mibisa, just an iPhone and not even 14. I'm asking for 12 Pro Max, and you are asking so many questions. What is it? If you give me, take.
Okay, counselor. Let me come in here. What I want to say is, you see, some of the men too, when they are going to see their ladies for the first time, they really hype themselves too much.
Because you like people to lie to you. Oh baby, I saw you in a lie. Lie in your LINE.
We don't like lies.
But which one do you like?
Hello, counselor.
Yes.
Counselor.
Yes.
Good evening, Abushafo.
Good evening, Kofi.
Good evening.
Arama.
Yes,
Counselor said
you guys like lies and you are arguing. Let me give you.
I will argue. Bring your proof. Okay.
Don't worry. I will give you a proof. Don't worry. Majority, let me say, it is just like fetching a handful of gari
Okay.
and mixing it with a heap of sand. Listen to the analysis carefully.
Come again.
When you fetch a handful of gari
Yeah.
and you mix it with a heap of sand,
Yeah.
with the gari when summer, now the kofra anya one trip, one trip.
Okay. Okay.
Ube jinaho akase gari wanyanum true or false. No, gari wanyanum true or false.
True. Yeah, that's a new gari.
But gari wo anyane that is true, maybe why?
Sir.
Yeah.
But the question is that yakase pegari ni bra, it becomes difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatively, yankase ema papa ni liho. That is not what counselor and others are saying. I don't think their argument is as if though we don't have genuine ladies or women. No.
We are the genuine
They are. Genuine ones are there. But the problem is that they are very scanty in the system. Also finding average. They are very minute. Find it. For example, let me tell you, Arama, calm down, please calm down. What was this here? In reality, be your bema worry for. Namaba wedding, set me pen. Okay?
Yeah.
Me buy, in fact, I didn't want to lie. I just told you my words. Arama, you know what? I am married. But I like you. Me person me no jam movement. Okay?
Yeah.
Naturally, majority of your people, and dead that umpe so beti. Bema no should free very well say. So no the honesty qua a raman penny. Until let me package myself well. Go and tell her, yes, me a divorced. And I'm a crow, and I'm a worried. That way, hold on. This is reality. And this is men.
I like the media.
This is what happens to us every day. This is what we go through. Okay. You are not a man. I am telling you what we men and you go through Namika Biatrewi. It's not a matter of me convince you. This is a reality. Okay? Meaning perfect again or power. Me can crash is about 30 to 30. When you be a pesa fena, obe have fun. Or no pe will be a settle down with. Me so meaning kind say me kona me ko kasa me wo yire a. On tia say because get now to one na near press or pe will be a serious with her, na be a one na betimi aware. Me so meaning perfect say me ko do me ko ware no, me ko pe bi na adi. But me ko kasa me wo yire a on tia say. So what do? I will have to package the whole thing and have a strategic plan. But, you know what? Me worry that. And I'm here 3 years ago. You know what? Me worry. What is it seems so pleasant in your ears. What you say? Or bear part, some will be petty. At that instant, now why you want to check speed? None of them will be up. Oh, Charlie, the guy idiot. One will board you. Near the ashes of pine. No, I do, no, a jow. A baby 6 months, na me no was in a jai. Now, Ukroya was under a question. Memman can correct. Meanwhile, Councillor Lutrot Beba, no, I catch in plain words, Rama, you know what? Media, my worry. Don't forget the Kufia Bang or the catcher was on worry. Actually, after 6 months, now discover say Kufia worry, and I need jai. After 7 months later, I Councillor Lutrot by no the catcher was up, but on no dear or yere. Obeshan and Nima catcher and say, what do you want to be ma wawaring a day? Enco. Forgetting say, one ma will be the Naginia on one worry, a baby duco. But be a nakan castle rutrot, Kurano, Usubandu wa, penny religion and I believe. go be crown, no bit my water waka. And to my do baby, a moka hona, Mamma Dada, Mubinum Kahon, Councillor, some Americans and a bois would dispute me. Okona Kokan, Dabia, one who casa area, open it that. And to me, so many semi party nature. Namiko. On the aspect of some will say Casa talking, no?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he who pays the piper calls for the tune. Okay? Piper. To Trobento, the boy, you know, I say flute. Now, Wakasa, Ubekasa, and I must say, Mema, you say, no problem. The fact is that a Mema and Kasa, more man, a lot of men, me personally, me a divorced man. Okay. I'm already here, me a giant counselor. Wow. I have told myself, me the cook grieve, me kanta. Because me feel say, so no so be disgracing me, no problem. Because the way of the counselor, it will be difficult for society to even believe me. Okay. Why should I worry myself? Okay. Number two, the entire menkano. I feel so womanhood is sacred. And Mekoka at the end of the Ayamina, people who knew her and respected her, Sadi and Beko. Okay. Tiwodia, Pano Chano, and Yashi. Okay. Sami Obe Ferry Yame, most Yame, Obeko could never be a Kumanimasia, no problem, and Yashi. Okay. Metia, Ning Fasa Yanada, maybe a major Manako. Okay. At the end of the day, nature should be the ultimate judge. Okay. Media Minku or Banimasada. Okay. Why am I there? Putting me, my papa, no, my bushing of one people around me who knew. You'll be like, wow. And that day, a greater enmity could be crossed under Saba. To me, yeah, what yeah, so baby, no problem. Let's go our separate ways until I die. Being cast, I'm gonna die. Wow. But there are men like Menina Woda. Okay, no worry, chair. And that's one of them. They worry just for 5 years. Hey, 5 years just. Councillor one. Well, mechanics are but and master me one of the reasons I'm a menka. Oh, okay. Menkanta. But Uba worry you. Uba worry you. Councillor may worry you. Oh, okay. I will. I will. Okay. I think I have grown beyond first, I was so bitter. Wow. I was so bitter to the extent that a Drubabi counselor, I'm being honest with you. So one night with her in the room at the Ebechina Kamakunu. Hey. That was my level of bitterness. Wow. I'm being honest. Wow. Until 3 years ago, I had an encounter with somebody. Wow. Wow. I now understand and I now even thank God that lady came to my life. Wow. Yes. Wow. Nobody has an enemy. That's true. And from today, she is never my enemy. Wow. You know why? She's never my enemy. You know why? Because in life, until when nature wants to teach you something, until you grab the lesson in it, nature will continue to repeat that thing to you until you learn the lesson in it. Wow. You continue confronting the same situation until you learn the needed lesson that nature wants you to learn from it. Wow. Let me give you a story. A story of a farmer. Free north. Okay. Obia will free north for not name something we call donkeys. I'm coming. What? Donkeys. Donkeys in the north are mainly those days were the main source of labor for farm work. Now, I know a lot of donkeys are not your farm work. One of the donkeys grew older. It's not wanting to be here productively as it's supposed to do. It's kind of like a liability to the farmer. The liability no aboa no so wonim donkey so they eat in large quantities. And the papa no tena ase no hwe say aboa say why liability to me? Why don't I find a way to get rid of it? Instead of say odidi bomb mekano no so o ma me mfa so. Na adwene ba ne timu a na another second thought about say for so many years look at aboa isuma waso. To bet me benyami anim akuma boy. Not Saturday na kana kuma no wajai. Then one hot afternoon, but one or two a very strange sound in the background in the backyard. Okoya, apparently one of the wells, no a lot of wells, Abura, and or one of the wells had dried up. I know so insured him and I want to say then that liability donkey no akoto that dried well. And a horn of reference ranches to rescue the animal from the well. After several hours and several minutes of attempts, they failed. So Papa Nijinawana dream me by the team say, why don't I, after all, this animal is a liability, and the well is also not producing water again. The other namen catch them ranty and say, Yemkin a tine guhano and kata. Abua no, well no, not as a bibia to a trap. And no man instruction. And they started doing so. Omoto Natiru Guabuana so and now voice we catch Abuana said, this is the time for your savior or your rescue movement. Now also the man there to Natiru Guswa. Shake your body. The sun will go beneath you. Stand on it, and gradually you will use that as a stepping process, a springboard to come up. And lo and behold, the animal started doing so. Apparently, no about to top. You who understand the enemy, appear, no what me appear. Appear ya counselor. The first act, Saminu enemy name said. Counselor Yebe, enemy. Namanya access to say me I will finish you instantly. But this is where wisdom applies. I want to be your first and can call Niraho and no call for was a mura tikesi I will react but that was what then the farmer was amused. Obi ana me see nkunu na wanya kwanya pie but rather the animal is thanking me instead of letting me. And obisa the no so hwe ma me nkyerɛw me da se pass one mama mwanya omobo say you will make several attempts to rescue me. Either than that, if you had stick to that decision, I would have died in the pit with hunger, thirst, and fatigue. You get it?
Yeah.
But while you say, now you say, yes, see me, woman, and run the rescue, no, abremen, that's right. Who conceived the idea to even bury me there?
That's true.
Because the idea now, man, eventually I would have died in there.
True. That's true.
What is my point? My point is that nobody is our enemy. Especially any single negative, it comes with a lesson in life. Look, you cannot win at all times.
That's true.
Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose.
That's true.
When you win, it's a motivation.
That's right.
And when you lose, it's a lesson.
That's true.
Either of them has something to present.
That's true.
Don't focus only on the negative. Other than that, you will miss the pivotal aspect of it that comes with it.
That's true.
Yes. You concentrated the negative. You will never be a better person in life.
That's good.
Because you only one minimum say, be na nyankopon pesa wosisa and woman negative things neighbor. What do I do to correct myself? You are not concentrating on that. And you are only concentrating on nipana etime. For example, the men and women who are breaking a heart. They be and after 5 years, you are going to meet your destined woman. You are going to meet your destined wife. But some attitude no go more. You will lose it. God will bring somebody to come and break your heart. No, I need to correct it before I meet Mr. Right or Mrs. Right.
It makes a lot of sense.
But you are not getting it.
That's true.
Exactly. But you are not getting it.
That's true. It makes a lot of sense.
Negative. Would you be 40? Would you be 50?
Now they're cool. Well, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Kofi. Thank you. It's a good lesson for us that let's take opportunities available and be grateful, not always be ungrateful, but some condition that comes our way, let's take advantage of it and appreciate those who brought it our way. It's been a good lesson. So let's learn to respect each other, especially when it comes to the way we submit to our husbands, our wives. Let's learn to request than to demand. Let me see, Ellie. Ellie, sorry for keeping you. Ellie's on the other side. Ellie on Facebook. We are going to tell us something.
Yeah.
Hello, Ellie.
Hello, Counselor.
So my time is up for me to go. Let me hear you, Ellie. Thank you for waiting.
Yes. Oh, no problem. I just wanted to make a few comments. So
go ahead, Ellie.
I am a young guy. I'm not married yet. I've never been married before.
Okay.
But one thing I keep saying is this: I cannot do for any lady what I would do for my mother. Say me to me, I did a me yama me mama no. Me to me nyama was a me no chimpanzee. Say me will be yama wa. I was say me am in free makoma munyama. Enu mpo conditions that one say. Me who ni say oh boy home modern and I will fall short of baby. I will hear more. And no me claim my own kasa. And no so no akobuano. But me to me for dear mero and from a token or sobra inside yenyanisa.
Okay.
And me didn't say 7 mama 200 Ghana. Mama will pan be resides. But me to me idea and bros idea my mama so da.
Wow.
Say me to me and I never cause I must in this council me no kase won. Say can be me check the Ghana prison services today. I remember bro. If you look at the ratio from Emma to Mema, remember good prisons say I remember good prisons say over 15,000.
Yeah.
As I'm speaking to you, but okay, mana Emma will prison say 500 impo.
Yeah.
But then nobody's yes. And thank you. And nobody's talking about the male empowerment. Intimate behaviors, and now can't say men don't have control over their emotions. And to Oyape needs to be dealing with the problem no good. And I can't see any do own as a much. I keep saying, Yanko point the automatic biche my West. They find their way around West. Into problem and Obiamana could do as a mama. Unyazana Cocoto Mobia could do as much for by a lawyer. Or the cancer clean amount. But one shiny a man is a more payment Jimmy for. We want to any to any at your own power. Council, I mean, I've seen so many times. Menu be an auntie, Nebuchadnezzar for Abruchesica of feet, and women bow down to her. And I'm saying, no. To the point, cried up, and send me to Mebusia for one. I'm saying, what TV wave? Mebusia, maintains a court to be a guarrier. I'm a court and I can say, yes, you want to have cotton order. Maintains our rapia. Omoko was sorry the mama warrior grandma. I sorry I can say yes, you want to be my cotton, but Nina already good. We are bushing for one other circle. And you can never do away with it. And the council, I mean, I like some of the things I can you preach to us, but then sometimes the people will say it is too harsh. But it's the reality, it's the truth.
That's it.
It's the truth.
Ellie, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
It's been lovely that all of you came to join us today. Let's learn how to talk to our husbands as wives. Let's respect. Let's love. Let's know that not everything that happens to you that becomes evil. Take positive advantage of what happens to you. Just like the donkey. When they say, let's finish the donkey, then rather the donkey was capitalizing on growing and living better and living rather to become what is a springboard for the donkey to step out. Nyabutre na brabona yebono enye ni nyina edeka. Nyame shira mu nyina baby a wobia. Thank you for joining me. I have a topic to treat tomorrow for all of us. Thank you very much, Kofi, for your lessons. Adiapena, thank you very much. And then is it Daniel? I had one. I think Daniel also Bismarck. I saw all of you. Thank you for joining me. Join me again, but please follow me right now. You can also follow me on Facebook. Just follow me on Facebook so that when I come, you can hook me up on Facebook, Counselor Lutrot. Go and subscribe to YouTube, Counselor Lutrot. And right now, be part of my TikTok family because I'll come up with another big topic again. God bless all of you. Remember, learn how to talk with respect. Learn how to talk with respect. It's better to be respected because of the way you talk than to disrespect others.
I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.